Hello and welcome back to my personal best coaching and coaching tips. This is an adapted quote from Wayne Gretzky. We all know you'll miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Um, but what I really like about this quote is actually the last portion, which is reset, refocus, and go again. It's so important that as an athlete, you figure out a reset routine, a reset habit, a reset ritual, because you will make mistakes and things will go wrong. And if you allow the mistake and the error to sit in your mind for too long, it will create the same situation for when you go back in to your game. And so you'll make that same mistake, or you'll make another mistake. You'll be tense, you'll be nervous, and you won't be in the right frame of mind, which means you won't be in the right state of body to actually perform at your best. A reset system will help you get in there, right? Get you back into the game, get you back to where you want to be. Here's the power of reset ritual: sharpens focus, so you can quickly redirect your energy to the task at hand. It lowers that anxiety. So when you've got a reset, what you're actually doing is letting the chemicals which create anxiety flush through your body, and kind of get you to the next stage. The interesting thing about the chemicals in our body, the dopamine and the cortisol, is the emotional chemical reaction only lasts 90 seconds in a human being. 90 seconds. But because we rethink it, our brain and mind and body relives it, which means we get another drop of that dopamine, cortisol, and all of the other chemicals that's going on. So we can make that moment last for an entire game, an entire match, an entire season, because we keep reliving it. And when we relive it, again, it's flushed through our body. So we want to flush that through and move on to the next. So lowers anxiety, builds resilience. That's the idea that when you look at a setback as a growth opportunity, we can really kind of grow from that. It enables quick recovery, so you can get straight back into it. Promotes consistency, so you can play on the same level at more consistently, and you can, as I said earlier, foster growth. So you can actually grow from the mistakes and see challenges as an area to grow from. What did I learn from that, rather than having it beat you up? So when you look at developing your own reset ritual, there are a couple of things to think about. You got to identify your needs. In any given situation, do you need focus? Do you need calm? Do you need energy? Do you need fill in the gap? What is it you need in that moment? Because that's going to dictate your reset ritual. Because you can choose an action, and choose one that works with you, for you. If it's focus, then deep breathing works. If it's calmness, then a positive affirmation works. If it's energy or a physical kind of reaction to a game, you need to get back in there, then there's physical gestures that work: beating your chest, slapping your arms, whatever it is, right? You need to figure one that works out for you. Practice, practice, practice. It's just like your sport. If you don't practice, you're not going to get better. It doesn't become a reflex as to what you do. So you've got to practice putting all of this in place. Examples, like I said: deep breath. I am present. Clenching your fists, releasing your fists. Clicking is another one. Soccer players, athletes, you can pull up your socks when you make a mistake. You can adjust your gloves if you're a baseball player or a goalkeeper. You can pick up a blade of grass and throw it over your shoulder. That's another good one. But the ritual should be unique to you, tailor it to your personal preference and the competition you're playing. Do you need to be calm? Do you need to be energetic? We got that. So putting it into action, you've got to start implementing this straight away. So one of the key things is recognizing the moment. Learn to identify when you're knocked off your game. Is it a referee's bad call? Is it an error? Is it a mistake? Is it a miss? What is it that knocks you off your game? And how does it make you feel? Understanding the feeling is important. You want to feel it in your body. You want to know where it is so you can adjust accordingly. You want to execute your ritual as often as you can. Practice, practice, practice. And then evaluate and adjust as you go along. You've got to understand what's working, what's not working, fits what's not working. Consistent practice. We've talked about this. Practice, bloody practice, practice, because it needs to be a reaction that you just immediately go to. Share it with your teammates. Sharing with your teammates actually helps them get on board with their own ritual. And you can learn from each other, but it also keeps you accountable because they can call you and say, hey, reset ritual. And that brings you on to what you want to do. Mastery on the reset ritual is a journey. Don't expect it to happen overnight. You'll get there. It takes time. You've taken this long to evolve into the athlete you are today, and it's going to take longer to perfect your athletic performance. It's the same thing with your reset ritual. It's exactly the same stuff. So that's today's reset challenge. How do you find a reset? How can you get into it? Good luck with that. I'm always here if you need me.